I'd done really nothing about blew our marriage to smithereens.
Love of your life.
What do you mean, Peter?
You were married for 10 years.
Listen, we raised children.
He was asking stupid questions. What Tom Cruise told him after that.
As the world watches Nicole Kidman's fairy tale marriage to Keith Urban crumble under the weight of public scandal, one question is on everyone's lips. What will she do next?
What's the best part about farm life?
The simplicity, the air, the peace.
But in the quiet, guarded halls of Hollywood, there's another, more secret question being whispered. What does the first man to publicly break her heart?
Shocked everyone.
She's someone that I plan on getting married again.
You do?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Think about all of this? Tom Cruise, an icon shrouded in mystery, and a man who knows more than anyone about a high-profile divorce from Nicole Kidman, has remained predictably silent.
And having kids?
Absolutely.
And do you have a relationship where you talk, it's a parenting relationship, and talk professionally about each other's work?
Listen, here's the thing, Peter.
Yeah.
You're stepping over a line. You're stepping over a line. You know, Peter.
People want to know.
Peter, you want to know. Take responsibility for what you want to know. Don't say what other people. This is a conversation that I'm having with you, right? Put your manners back in.
But for the first time, sources allegedly close to his intensely private world are revealing his one secret reaction to his ex-wife's new heartbreak. A reaction that is far more complex and calculating than you can imagine, and one that reveals everything about the ghosts of their own notoriously secret-filled marriage. This is the story of what Tom Cruise really thinks.
Do you think that difficult time unleashed a lot of creativity in you?
I mean, I think it was, to be completely honest, I was running from my life at that time. I wasn't able to handle the reality of my life. And as an actor, you have this wonderful thing where you can go and get lost in somebody else's life.
To understand what Tom Cruise thinks now, we must first travel back to the beginning. The year is 1990. Tom Cruise is not just a movie star, he is the biggest star in the world. Nicole Kidman is a brilliant rising actress from Australia. They meet on the set of Days of Thunder, and their chemistry is immediate and explosive. They were a supernova, and for the next decade, they were the undisputed king and queen of the Hollywood box office.
Yeah, I mean, people ask about, Tom and stuff, but really, I think with Far and Away, it's so removed from us, and the characters are so interesting, and the movie's such an epic, funny movie, and with Ron Howard directing it, there really is a lot to discover about.
To the public, their life was a fairy tale. They starred in blockbuster movies together, graced every magazine cover, and adopted two beautiful children, Isabella and Connor. They were the perfect couple, a symbol of ultimate glamour and success. But behind the perfect smiles and the tightly controlled public image, a powerful and secretive force was shaping their lives and creating cracks in their perfect foundation, the Church of Scientology.
These are the times we will all remember. Were you there? What did you do? So what do you say? We're gonna clean this place up? Huh? Okay.
Is Tom Cruise a true believer?
I feel that he is a true believer. To LRH.
Tom Cruise was and is Scientology's most powerful ambassador. Nicole, however, was an outsider. Her own father was a prominent psychologist in Australia, a profession that the Church of Scientology is famously and fiercely opposed to.
Because she had real science-based information from growing up with her father about the field of mental health. And so, which is why, we're told, just like kind of the Jehovah's Witnesses, that there's really no need for an education.
This created a fundamental underlying conflict in their marriage. Scientology wasn't just Tom's faith. Insiders and former members have alleged for years that it was a third and incredibly powerful person in their relationship. Sources have claimed that their marriage was intensely monitored. Nicole, the independent and intelligent daughter of a psychologist, was reportedly seen as a potential trouble source by the church. She was a threat to Tom's unwavering commitment. Their home, a golden cage, was allegedly filled with secrets and a level of control that would be unimaginable to the outside world.
I was running from my life at that time. I wasn't able to handle the reality of my life. And as an actor, you have this wonderful thing where you can go and get lost in somebody else's life.
I shot the hours directly after my marriage fell apart, and so actually a waitress in a restaurant that I'd gone into, she came up just quietly actually when she was bringing the check, and she just said to me, "I've seen you through the last few years and you haven't looked happy. It's so good because you look happy."
And these pictures of her coming out of the attorney's office after the divorce was finalized showed just how happy she was.
Even though she'd suffered 2 miscarriages, a painful divorce, Scientology, and constant scrutiny, Nicole fought her way to the top and won her first Oscar for The Hours. And soon after...
Then, after 11 years, it all came to a shocking and mysterious end. In February 2001, Tom Cruise abruptly filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. Nicole was reportedly completely blindsided. The divorce was swift, silent, and clinical. Non-disclosure agreements were signed. The decade of secrets was buried under a mountain of legal paperwork. In the aftermath, Nicole was left heartbroken and publicly humiliated, and in a final, devastating twist, their 2 adopted children, who had been raised within Scientology, chose to stay with their father. It was a separation that would reportedly cause Nicole profound and lasting pain. Tom Cruise walked away from the marriage, maintaining control of the narrative, the secrets, and the children, while Nicole was left to completely rebuild her life from the ashes. He has never spoken about her since in any meaningful detail. He simply erased her.
But did your children sit there and think, "Hey, Mummy, Mrs. Coulter, that's you"?
They don't call me Mummy.
What do they call you?
Mum.
They call you Mum?
Or sometimes Nicole.
Do they? Mum or
like,
Nick?
Hey.
So now, more than 2 decades later, as he watches her face another public humiliation, another potential heartbreak, what is he really thinking? The answer lies in the complex psychology of a man who never, ever likes to lose control. And the first clue to his secret reaction is his calculated, deafening silence. And so we arrive at the central mystery. With Nicole Kidman's life once again in the tabloid spotlight for all the wrong reasons, what is Tom Cruise, the architect of her first public heartbreak, really thinking? The first clue, as promised, is his silence.
You know, and I thought, oh, what a beautiful thing, because maybe one day it'll be like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one day it will be that. Wow, SPs, like, they'll just read about those in the history books, you know?
For a man as globally famous as Tom Cruise, silence is not a passive act. It is a weapon. It is a statement of absolute power. By saying nothing, he refuses to be dragged into the narrative. He refuses to become a secondary character in her drama. His silence ensures that he remains at the untouchable center of his own universe. It is an act of supreme control. But behind that calculated silent fortress, what is the real emotional reaction? Insiders who have been in his orbit for years suggest his true feelings fall into one of 3 complex and competing theories.
Still looking for answers.
Was it a fairy tale or was it all in our heads?
All I will say is it's been awful.
We did some digging and found some details you won't believe.
Mom wanted to tap her phone to know exactly who she was talking to.
True, not true?
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Theory number 1, cold vindication. This theory suggests that Tom Cruise sees the world in a very structured cause and effect way. In his view, he provided a protected, if intensely controlled world for Nicole. She chose to leave that world for a life of more emotional freedom, a life with a rock star who lived by his own rules. Now that freedom has seemingly led to chaos and public humiliation. According to this theory, his reaction is not one of joy in her pain, but of a cold, quiet vindication, a feeling that her life, outside of the structure and control he provided, was always destined to be unstable. It's the quiet satisfaction of a man who believes his way was and always will be the right way. Theory number 2, surprising empathy. The second theory, however, paints a far more human picture. Tom Cruise, more than almost anyone alive, knows the agony of having your marriage and your family life dissected by the global media. He has been through multiple high-profile divorces. He knows the pain, the anger, and the helplessness. This theory suggests that behind the silent facade, there's an unexpected flicker of empathy, a memory of his own past suffering that connects him to hers. It's not a desire to reach out, but a quiet, personal acknowledgement. I know what she's going through. And it is hell. It is the reaction of a man who, despite their bitter past, recognizes a shared, painful human experience. Theory number 3, calculated indifference. But the third and perhaps most chilling theory is rooted in the scorched earth aftermath of their divorce. Following their split, and with their children choosing to remain with him inside the world of Scientology, Nicole Kidman was allegedly labeled a suppressive person, an enemy of the church.
Documentary Going Clear reveals frightful details about Tom and Nicole's relationship.
He had really fallen for her. They got married, and this posed a dilemma for the church.
Why exactly was she so dangerous?
She really got him to drift away from the church, and I was assigned to get him back in. And I was to facilitate the breakup with.
In that context, her current struggles are completely and totally irrelevant. His reaction, according to this powerful theory, is one of absolute indifference. She is no longer the woman he loved or the mother of his children. She is a character from a movie he made 20 years ago. The story is over. He has moved on. Her current pain is simply not a data point that registers in his world. So which is it? The cold king feeling vindicated, the empathetic ex-husband, or the indifferent ideologue who has completely erased her? The final clue to his true reaction doesn't come from an insider or a reporter. It comes from a single overlooked photograph taken just weeks ago, a photo that reveals everything about his current state of mind and the one thing he values above all else. So which is it? The cold king, the empathetic ex, or the indifferent ideologue? The final clue to his true reaction comes from a single overlooked photograph taken just weeks ago at a private event in London. There are no red carpets, no flashing cameras. It's a rare, candid glimpse into his intensely private world. The photograph shows Tom Cruise smiling, relaxed, and in complete control. And standing on either side of him, smiling back, are his 2 adult children, Isabella and Connor Cruise. The same 2 children he and Nicole adopted together so many years ago. This is the evidence. This is the secret reaction. His reaction isn't vindication, it isn't empathy, and it isn't indifference. His true secret reaction is one of quiet, absolute triumph. That photograph is the proof. When his marriage to Nicole ended, a silent war was fought for the loyalty of their children, and Tom Cruise won. The children stayed with him, they were raised within his world, and they remain by his side to this day. He didn't just walk away from the marriage, he walked away with the family they had built, leaving Nicole to start over, completely and totally on her own. So as he sees the headlines about Nicole's new marriage crisis, he doesn't feel the need for vindication, because he was already vindicated the day his children chose him. He doesn't feel empathy for her pain, because in his world, she is a distant character from a past he has already conquered. His reaction is the quiet, impenetrable confidence of a king who has already won the war, not the battle. He secured his legacy, he kept his family, he maintained control. The drama surrounding Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban is to him nothing more than a storm in another kingdom, far from his own. He is untouchable, and that photograph is his silent, final victory lap. He didn't just move on from Nicole Kidman, he won.